Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Wadzanai Mercy and this is Inside Out. Inside Out is currently running a campaign called Sheroes, She Heroes, where we have partnered with Primrose Chakuchichi from Trust Construction, Trust Construction has partnered with us in spearheading this campaign. So this campaign is just basically about bringing out women that are reaching great milestones and that are doing great things in their different spheres of influence. So before we introduce our guest today, Primrose Chakuchichi, how are you?
I'm good.
Primrose is the managing director at Trust Construction. Please talk to us about Sheroes. What birthed this passion project?
Okay, thank you so much, Wadzanai. Um, Sheroes, meaning she heroes, the women that are heroes and who are doing exceptional things. I'm passionate about women. We are at Amtrust passionate about women and what they've been able to do. I always say the journey of an entrepreneur, the journey of a woman is not easy. Especially if you're married, you have to, and with kids, you still got school run, you still have to make sure food is ready, and you still have to make it, in the industry. So I find that it's not easy, and therefore I'm passionate about women and mentorship and seeing them grow, because many a times many of them actually just give up just because it's just too difficult.
Yeah.
So when we bring in someone like Dr. Betty here, it's so that she can mentor and say something to some women out there, some women out there who are just ready to give up and saying, I can't do it, I can't take it, but to actually see that it can be done. So this initiative, under the Women's Month, which is March right now, is just so that women can just see that someone has done it, some people have done it, some women have done it, and you too can do it. So it's mentorship, it's empowerment, and it's also to celebrate.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, Dr. Betty, when you're doing this thing, you actually don't have someone who's saying to you, you have done well, you have done well. So us coming in, it's so that we just also just celebrate you and say, you know what, you've done something different. Everyone has got 24 hours, but you are a whole doctor.
We're using them differently.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. You're so right, for the nine. Definitely, we're using time differently.
Yeah.
So this is just what we are just here to talk about and say, let's celebrate the women. And sometimes it's not really having the corner office
Yeah.
that says I've done it. It's growing your capacity and saying, I remember I was sharing with a lady who raised her kids, and she was a single mom. And these children have really done, now they are elderly, they've done so many things, and she managed to do it. Yes, maybe she never got an award, but she has actually done something so different. So it's not only about someone who's high up there with the name that's there, but it's anyone that has actually been able to grow their capacity.
So there you have it, everyone. Sheroes is about if I can do it, you can do it too. And it's just about celebrating and bringing to light women that are doing incredible things in their different spheres of influence, regardless of what that sphere is. It's about I'm going to blossom where I'm planted. So today we've got a very special guest. We have Dr. Betty Isabel Nyereyegona. Dr. Betty, just to give a brief introduction of her profile, is an occupational medicine practitioner with more than 15 years experience in the field of occupational safety and health. She started her career in the medical field after graduating 20 years ago at a government teaching central hospital as a medical officer. She then worked for a non-governmental organization that specialized in family planning for poor communities. In 2009, she joined her current employer, the National Social Security Authority of Zimbabwe, NASA, as the medical doctor in charge of the Rehabilitation Center. Okay, so let's just end there for now, because the profile is quite long. Dr. Betty, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. How are
Thank
you,
you so
ladies?
much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are really looking forward to diving into your story
Yes.
and hearing more
I'm
about
ready
who Dr.
to.
Betty
Yeah.
is.
Thank you.
So firstly, NASA, which is your employer, is one of our sponsors for this campaign, the Sheroes campaign, and we are so privileged and we are so humbled to have you partner with us. Thank you so much. They have said, no, guys, we really love your initiative and we want to partner with you. And they are the sponsors of this campaign. So I think that's where my first question is. What is it about this campaign, Dr. Betty, that really hit the nerve for you guys to say, no, this is something we want to partner with?
Thank you very much, Wazanai, and congratulations, ladies, for having this great initiative. As NASA, as you know, we are the National Social Security Authority, and we are here to serve the interests of every citizen within Zimbabwe. For us, this is a very special occasion, and we believe that women are very important and central to our development as a country. As they say, when you educate, you empower a woman, you empower the nation. So if Zimbabwe is to achieve its aspirations, definitely women have to be supported. Women have to be shown that it can be done, and we are good leaders, and we can really see the nation going to the next stage.
I love that. Prim, you can start us off with the first question.
Okay, so Dr. Betty, tell us, who is Dr. Betty, personally and professionally as well?
Okay, thank you very much. Betty is a mom. I'm a mom to an 18-year-old boy.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but I'm also a mom to many. I think this is very common within the African tradition. In my house, when I started working, I actually found myself having to parent teenagers in my house. So it's something that defines me, I believe, as a mother. I'm also a medical doctor. That's my professional side of it. Working for NASA, I think you've had my history, my employment history, currently with NASA. And I am a very, what can I say? I'm a person who likes helping, a person who enjoys seeing other people grow. And I'm also on a growth pathway myself. For fun, I do the very unusual things. I enjoy being at home. I enjoy cooking. COVID got me to be a small-scale farmer.
Oh, wow.
So I like farming as well.
Wow.
I found myself a new passion in farming. So in a nutshell, that's me. I'm a person who really likes developing. I like learning new things. And I believe that there's always room for us to grow. And that's me. That's Betty.
So going into your career, right now, Betty is currently the Acting Director of Occupational Safety and Health, OSH, in Zimbabwe, responsible for OSH management and regulation in the country. That's a very high position. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I find it as a blessing for me to be there. I'll tell you, in that particular office, I think I'm the first female in that office. It's a male-dominated area. Enforcement, our enforcement goes into right deep into where things are happening in industry. So you'll find that I had a very multidisciplinary team with specialists in them. So we have engineers, we have doctors, we have the technical people within the NASA, technical in a traditional sense of it. That's the technical part of NASA, where we really have everything STEMmy. I think everybody has been talking about STEM, the science part of it. So it was previously a male-dominated area. So I'm the first female to head that office, and I always found it as a blessing and as a challenge, and it has been a very interesting journey for me.
I love that.
First woman.
First woman. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So this program is a multi-generational program.
Yes.
So I'm speaking on the behalf of the younger ones, the 20s. Did Betty in her 20s always see herself in this office, or did you happen to just walk into God's vision for your life? Or is this something you said in your 20s, no, I want to get there?
Well, I never pictured myself here.
Wow.
Never.
Okay.
Coming from I was blessed in that academically I managed to do very well. So in the olden days, your academics would set everything for you.
Yes.
So it was very automatic. At high school, you get your proud 15 points.
Yes.
It was obvious that you go to medical school if you're doing sciences. So it was very clear. I never had to struggle to do all those things. So I was set to be a doctor. I remember when I first got my results, my A-level results, one of my cousins saying, you know what, I can arrange for you to go and do articles. And I was like, I'm becoming a doctor.
Nice.
So I was set to being a doctor, but I didn't know that there's so many things that you could do as a doctor. The career guidance wasn't that big then as it is now. There is a lot of information that is available for students now. It wasn't there for us. So for me, in my 20s, I was set to be a doctor. And I thought my aim was just to be the best at what I was going to do. It wasn't easy. Looking at backgrounds where we grew up, coming out of that and managing to do your best was all I could do. I could just put my energy into it, and that's all that I could control at that time. So that's how I used to view myself in my 20s. And yeah, it got me to where I am now.
I love that.
So tell us, how many years did it take you to get the doctorate, like to become a doctor?
To become a doctor. To become a doctor here in Zimbabwe, it's a journey where you are in university for 5 years. It has recently changed. I think now it's about 6-7 years for you to become a doctor. Then you have to work. Now you have to work at a government hospital where you really get to practice and become a registered doctor. So that's what I had to go through. And soon after my my housemanship, I tried being a pediatrician. I actually enrolled for the postgraduate training to be a pediatrician, but I think the path wasn't for me. And it took me to a very different path. It was during the time when things were really difficult, and school was also difficult.
I can
imagine. Postgraduate in medicine is not a joke. So it was very difficult, and I thought to myself, let me take a break for just a year, and then I'll come back. That's when I joined this NGO, which was really looking at women and trying to help women. These are things that challenge women around that we don't know about. So access to family planning, we take things for granted, but if we used to go to the hard to reach areas, so we would spend our time in the rural areas, and that's when life really hit me to say that there's so many people in need, and there's so many people that we can help in small different ways. Wow. So you would find that the issue of teenage mothers is there, and it's real. You'll find that women who do not have control over what happens in their families. So you will find a woman in their early 30s, maybe with 6-7 kids, and they are struggling to look after those kids. And our intervention to just go and say, we have this bouquet of different family planning methods would really make a difference in this women's life. So that's when I started thinking to myself, oh, my work can just actually impact other people. Wow. And that was the time. I was there for about 2 years at this particular NGO. Then an opportunity came to me to join NASA. I did not know what NASA does at all. And so a friend from medical school then said, I know there's a vacancy at NASA. You might want to apply. But what attracted me was just a job in town.
and being a doctor in NASA.
I would have never put those two together.
I was like, oh, okay, maybe she's a doctor,
yes.
PhD.
I would have never pictured the two together.
Yeah, so I was like,
how do you connect that?
How do we connect that? So yeah, exactly. I was like you a couple of years ago. So then he said, okay, there's an opportunity. So I tried out the opportunity and I managed to get a job within NASA. So NASA has two schemes that they run.
Okay.
One is the pension one that we all know,
Yes.
where we're paying into it. And then there is another one, which is the workers' compensation side of it. So the workers' compensation is where we sit in occupational safety and health. And in this occupational safety and health, we're looking after you, all of you as workers. So we do the preventive side, where we're saying, what are you supposed to do within the workplace so that people don't die, people don't get injured, and people don't get sick in the workplace. That bit also has a bit of medical side of it, but it also involves engineers who do engineering interventions. We have people who teach, who do the promotional work. So there is quite a lot that happens there. And then from the medical side, we do the medical examinations. So that's the surveillance that they talk about. And then we always know that the people were going to get injured in the workplace. So when that happens, we are there to look after you. So we do the medical treatment, we do the rehabilitation, and if you happen to have residual disability after all this has been done, we then give a payout, what people commonly call workers' compensation. So that's how us as doctors, nurses, and health professionals fit into the whole NASA thing. So there is actually a medical specialist. So everyone who says, are you a doctor? I say, yes. So what specialty are you into? So people know that they are gynecologists, they know they're physicians, they know all sorts of things. But there is a specialty called occupational medicine. So that's what I'm into. I'm an occupational medicine doctor. It's a specialty, and that's a specialty to look after workers. So we're saying the workplace is also a place where people get injured and disease can actually come from the workplace. I think now it has become very obvious from COVID. COVID was a workplace issue.
Yes.
And that's where we come in to say, how is your workplace protecting you against that? And we have seen the issues of stress now. Everyone talks about stress. We spend most of our work time in the workplace, and that's where diseases are coming from. So stress, workplace, home balance, and things like that, that's my forte. That's what I look into as far as workers are concerned. So that's how I got to be in NASA. First at the rehabilitation center, a very humbling experience for me was working at that rehabilitation center. It opened a whole different world for me. And
I think what I really love about your story is from this 2-year experience working with a non-governmental organization was birthed your purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, you've become such a light in people's lives through your position. And I think I really love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think let's go into, I've got a few icebreaker questions for you, Betty. This is a would you rather scenario. Okay, so I'll present 2 scenarios and you choose which one you would rather prefer. Yeah. Okay, would you rather have a 30-minute conversation with old Betty and give her advice on how to do something differently, or have a 30-minute conversation with future Betty and hear or see where she is in her life?
That's a very tricky one. I would want to go into the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
The past, yes, it has been filled with so many things. And there's certain things that you might think, okay, why did I do this? But for me, it might sound very cliche because everybody says it, that every mistake that you make, don't take it as a mistake. Okay. It's a lesson. You learn something from it. And I think because of the things that I went through in the younger me, it got me to where I am. Wow. So the thing that I can influence, I think, is my future. And the future for myself and for others around me. So I would rather go into the future, I would think, because the past got me to where I am, and I'm okay with it.
Okay, would you rather live to be 80 and know for sure you're going to get to 80, or win $3 million right now, not knowing when you will die?
I would rather live to 80.
You'd rather live to 80?
Yeah.
Okay.
Money is important.
Yes.
I'll give you that. Money is important. But I've always said to people, it depends.
Okay.
Yes. I could have chosen certain pathways which would have got me richer than I am right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think everything is about money. It's about the quality of life. I would rather live up to 30 and see my grandchildren. Hopefully my son will give me a few. And the other grandchildren from the other kids.
Okay.
I would rather be part of their lives and really enjoy that part rather than have 3 million. But you're not taking away the little that I have, right?
No.
Okay. So with the little that I have, I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, I'd rather stay up to 80. Yeah.
So Betty, you chose a career path over the path of being a mom and a wife, the traditional role for a woman. Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through that decision or that situation?
Well, looking at the society in which we're living in, I wouldn't call it a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something that just happened. And I was okay with it, you see. Yeah, so there is a point in time when you feel it's necessary for you to get married. And yeah, so for me, it was not a choice per se, but it was life happening to me, and I was okay with it. And I kept looking forward and seeing how it went. I never felt a void by not getting married.
Which is important.
Yes. There was nothing to be occupied there. And I will say that I was blessed because I could look after myself. I could look after the kid, not maybe to the best by other people's standards, but I was okay. So I never felt the pressure. God bless my parents and my family, because I never got direct pressure to say, when are you getting married? So this and that, because some tell me that I'm a very strong character. Okay. So people do ask me questions a lot. So I'm blessed in that way. But I think it's something that's common. I've had women who have been through that. And I have had women who have asked me, how do you do it being a single parent? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I think it's always better to have somebody to be talking to and things. So it might work for other people. It might not work for other people. So it's not a one size fits all for everyone. Okay. So for me, it was not really a choice, but I had a very good social support. The family has always been good to me. I have always been in a family where we raise kids as a community. And yeah, I think that's the African way. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Betty, looking at it, that is Women's Month. Yes. Tell me, how have you helped other women at work or in their personal lives? Because I think it's one thing to grow professionally and you grow. Yeah. But it's also something else to actually take another woman and say, hold my hand. Can I take you there? Whether it be mentorship, whether it be fighting for them to get a certain position that they actually think sometimes they can't get. Or it's, can I help you financially? Or can I help your child? So tell me, how have you been able to help other women? And what can you do as well to help other women in the future?
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a journey that I think I would want to take part of into a bit more as I go into the future. But as I have been growing as well, because I don't think I've grown enough, I've been growing and I have been able to take a few people along with me. I'll look at it in 2 or 3 different scenarios, in the family, here at work, as well as across my personal profession. So at home, the girl child when you become a doctor, and I think this is typical of an African family, so you become that person which everybody says, okay, do like her, put on a 15 points, and things like that. So kids have always been coming to me, and I think I've been an inspiration to one or two of the kids at home. And one of the things that I've tried to help is through career guidance and things like that, just holding them through to keep them focused on life. There's so many things, so many distractions that comes in as you're growing. So that has been my role within the family. And then when I got back into the workplace, I think I briefed you before the interview to say that here at NASA, when I first got an opportunity to be at executive level, which I was so green. I didn't know anything. I was a doctor. All I was worried about is my patient and this. Then I was opened up to this big universe to say, where are decisions being made? You are the person who is supposed to be driving things. For NASA, it goes beyond just even your workplace. We make an impact nationally. We are the people who draft laws related to the safety and health and things. So it became very eye-opening. At the beginning of NASA, I think there were 1 or 2 executives which were women. I don't even know them because I came after them. Then it was a male-dominated executive. And when I first came, I was the only female executive.
Wow.
Everyone was way older than me. So I was also the youngest in the group. So it was really a huge challenge. But I think from that position, I have created an environment where women are also able to be part of this. We have created an environment at NASA where women are also thriving. We have quite a significant workforce of women, and now we have quite a significant number of them in high positions.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
In our department, which is a technical department as well, we have so many women who are now there. We have started initially, I don't think we had any engineering women in the group, but now we have women so giving opportunity. And I'm one of those people who believe that the younger a group of employees that we have should be given a platform to shine. So we have tried to create platforms for them to participate even in decision making when we're doing certain things, because they always bring brilliant ideas to the table. We have also created platforms for international collaborations, and this has given our colleagues opportunity to develop professionally. So yeah.
I also want to know, so you've talked about those that you have helped.
Yes.
Can you tell us a story of when a woman helped you,
And a woman.
either career-wise or a woman that helped you, mentored you or anything?
Wow. Yeah, I think there is one particular lady. I will not say the name.
Okay.
But she's one person whom I worked with who was so powerful. I thought she was a powerful woman, very decisive. And this woman really introduced me to what management is all about and how you can get results as a woman. The boardroom is not easy for women. I don't know if there are lady women, the lady leaders who are saying it's easy.
No.
Because,
No.
you know, there are instances where you say a point and somebody has to, a man has to kuturikira for you,
Yes.
for it to be had.
Yes.
So it's not a very easy place to be. So this particular woman, I think the biggest impact that she had on me was to teach me to be an executive and to know how to say things and how to get things moving within the workplace. Yeah.
I love that. So we have come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And Prim, any parting words for your campaign?
Not really. Yes, a lot. More can we actually help each other?
Yeah.
Can you help another woman, whether it be referring them? You know, I've gotten work that someone has had to say, if you don't go to Prem, it won't be done well. I remember this other time, I wanted something, and a lady said, and this is a high profile person, and we were sitting by the table after having spoken. I'd approached the other person and I said, you know, this is what we do. And there was that kind of, okay. But then when this lady spoke about me with this gentleman, he actually called me back. So it's about that support. And I felt so good in terms of even confidence wise. And so I think, you know, just my parting words, can we help each other? I have met my friends' children and I've spoken to them as if they're my own. And sometimes it's about just telling that son that, oh, you know, your mom loves you, you know. Just third affirmation. It might be small, but it's something very big. You know, giving another lady an opportunity to shine. So I think those are my parting words. Let's help each other. Let's support each other. Let's mentor each other. Let's uplift each other. Let's not be the ones that cause another woman to cry.
Yep.
So those are my parting words.
Thank you so much. So I'm challenging everyone, every woman watching. Think of a woman that has helped you to get to where you are today and celebrate them this Women's Month.